Hey everyone, I am T-Rex, and today I am come to finish my return on the Alien trilogy, the original Alien trilogy. I know there's Alien Resurrection, but after this movie, I don't want to keep watching. I'm tired. I can't do it. This is where we're going to finish off the trilogy. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to possibly review Prometheus, Alien Covenant, or the Alien vs. Predators, but for now, this is going to be the end of my Alien trilogy review. I can't keep going if they're going to be this quality. Anyway, after let's go get in and see my review on Alien 3. I am going to have mild spoilers in the review. It's only going to be about the first 5 minutes of the film, so if you're really nervous about that, head back and watch this crappy film and go watch Alien 3. And also there will be some mild spoilers for the ending of Aliens, and that is a good film, so go watch that one, and then come back and watch this if you don't want that to get spoiled. Anyways, I hope that cleared it up. I hope we're good. Let's get into the review. Alright, first I'll start off with the narrative, which is after Aliens, where we see Ripley and the rest of the crew with Newton, Hicks, and Bishop in hypersleep. And then a fire breaks out in the ship and they crash on this new planet. Now this is somewhat of a spoiler for Alien 3, and it's the first 5 minutes, so turn away if you don't want it spoiled. But Hicks and Newt die. This immediately I thought was a terrible choice in the narrative. They're instantly digging themselves into a hole narratively because it feels like they betrayed the ending of Aliens. Something I hate with movies, when they do something in a sequel that makes the prequel or forward movie before it worse. That is so annoying. The whole ending of Aliens was Ripley fighting for these last people that she has genuinely grown to care about. And that's why she's fighting, and that's why they all depend on her, and she pulls through. So what does Alien 3 do? It goes right up to Aliens, slaps it right in the face and says, nope, that didn't happen. No, they did make it, but they'll die to a plane crash. And I'm like, what? What are we doing? What is going on here? Like, that was such a bad choice. And it's not bold, it's not artistic. It honestly is the easiest choice you could have done. It honestly is just so lazy and annoying. Now, just because I really hate the beginning of this film does not mean there's not a whole other movie waiting to be reviewed. So let's talk about that more. Ripley ends up landing on a planet and it being a prison with really weird and bad people in it. And then an alien shows up, so the whole movie narrative just isn't that great. The pacing I thought was actually really bad, because about an hour in I checked the time and I wanted it to be almost over and I still had an hour and a half left. And that is never a good sign in a movie when I'm begging for it to be over. An hour in, I really wanted to turn off the movie, but I powered through for you people. When the xenomorph shows up, it's fine. The movie gets somewhat better, but man, this film does not feel like you're progressing through. The story feels like a drunk guy stumbling through the story that ends up at the end puking all over the ending, and that's just the movie. And they do a controversial idea towards the ending, so it makes it feel emotional. It's not. Once again, they just stumbled into the ending and said, oh, we don't know how to make this emotional because we haven't set it up well. So then they just say, what's the most controversial thing we can do that will feel emotional? Yeah, do that. And the story is just so annoying. It feels so cheap. It feels like they're doing the cheapest ideas so that they can get the highest emotional payoff. Yeah, so the narrative is pretty bad, and I did not like the pacing at all. But something that really works in the Aliens films are the atmosphere, and this setting and atmosphere is a significant downgrade as well. In the first Alien film, it felt really claustrophobic and creepy, and that's something that could just jump out at you at any moment. The second had a huge sprawling planet, and yet also felt tense, feeling that there were so many aliens. This movie is in a prison. It doesn't really feel scary or tense in it. There is an alien in there, but the alien just isn't that giving us that fear that we had in the first one. And I know it's trying to go back to that classic alien feeling, but there is really no tension here. I never felt scared or nervous in the film, and that's a huge problem when your movie's Alien. If it's in the Alien franchise, I should at least be nervous at least once in the film. But this film does not make me feel nervous or on at least a little bit of tension at all. It is not good at being able to set up that atmosphere and of an alien movie, and it's not creepy, and I think that's a real letdown when they're talking about how this is an alien film, and it doesn't even feel like one. Now, we should also talk about the characters, and these characters are really bland and unrememberable. Characters like Ripley are still here, and she's still awesome, but her character ends up being somewhat betrayed towards the end of the movie. Still, Sigourney Weaver is doing her best and still being rad in the movie, and she's doing a good job. But with the other characters, I don't remember any of their names. They're all a bunch of like bald guys running around in jail, and we never get enough time to really develop a connection to these characters. And when they die, I'm like, okay, I guess I kinda knew you, bye-bye. And I never really feel like I want someone to live and I want someone to die. It just feels like a bunch of collective people that are just alien food that I don't care if they die. all I'm cheering for is Ripley, which I guess could be an idea they're trying to do for it, that you only want to cheer for Ripley. But man, it just felt really bad of these characters because they didn't even feel like people I knew that were dying. Also in these films, I love talking about the xenomorph since it is a character in my opinion. And the xenomorph in this film is really weird. It's kind of obvious that they decided to use somewhat of a CGI xenomorph at times, and it looks really bad. It isn't exactly a CGI creature, it's like a puppet against a blue screen, but it looks hilarious at times. I would burst out laughing when this alien would be running across the screen out of like a detention block, and it's like scampering along. It looks like a cartoon that's like a meme or something. The alien looks fine close up to characters when it is a puppet, but man, this alien is not scary at all. And that's a problem when this is supposed to be the creepy creature killing people. Man, this film was a huge letdown when I watched it. I had heard really bad things, but this was truly a hot mess. Nothing really worked as it was boring and weird, and I just did not enjoy it. Even when they try to head more towards the scary route, it's not scary or tense at all. The film really disappointed me. And when you finish watching this film, I just felt so empty. I felt this was a complete betrayal to the previous two movies and really left a sour taste in my mouth. I felt so empty and just bummed out that the Alien franchise had to bottom out so quickly when the first two films are truly amazing, and this one just feels like a real bad fan fiction. Overall, I'm going to say that Alien 3 is bad. I know that some of you would give it a hot trash rating, but I really want to give those to movies that truly deserve it. Films that have nothing left in them that is anything good. I want them to be complete garbage, like the Emoji Movie. That would get a hot trash, but there is some good things in this. I think Ripley's enough to save it from the hot trash rating. Also, there's some good directing. Anyways, thanks for getting through this video. Share it with a friend that you want to make sure does not feel the pain that I did watching this movie. And this movie has inspired me for my next YouTube video to do a video on headcanon, and that is going to be my next video. Anyways, when that video comes out, I'll see you then. Bye.